Hello, welcome back. This is dishfishh and I create videos on how to make, save and invest money. Today, although is not a money video, I decided to make a more light, more on the entertainment, more sharing video. I do want to make more lifestyle videos while making money videos because I think I want to kind of talk about personal finance very personally and kind of show you how it literally translates into my life and impacts my life through vlogs, through sharing what I consume as the consumer and stuff like that. So I thought I should share my top 5 documentaries that I recommend that you can watch. All of it is on Netflix. So I personally don't like it when recommendation videos are from all over Hotstar, Prime, Netflix. It's easier if I know that I have Netflix and I see in the title Netflix recommendations and I can click on it, which is what I wanted to do, which is why I've chosen these documentaries from one platform, which is Netflix. And the reason I chose to do documentaries first is that I actually really enjoy documentaries, but like books and movies and TV series, I find it hard to find good ones just by exploring. At least with movies and TV series, I think there's some sort of entertainment involved. If you pick a bad documentary, it's just not fun. So these documentaries I've personally gotten recommended by a lot of people. I watch it myself and now I've boiled it down to must watch for everyone and I want to pass it forward to you guys. So let's get into my video of my top 5 documentaries that you have to watch on Netflix. The first documentary that I would recommend is My Octopus Teacher. This documentary type movie will forever and ever be my absolute most favorite watch. The documentary is about Craig Foster, a filmmaker who befriends an octopus, one of the most intelligent creatures we know. As humans, we don't know much about what happens underwater or life underwater. And if you're not a diver, then you're probably clueless about what happens in the big blue. And a documentary like this really opens up a whole new level of knowledge, awareness, and empathy for a creature that is so alien looking to us, right? It's not like our regular cat or dog, it's an octopus, it looks weird. But you kind of really start understanding how much intelligence it has and how every species has its own evolution process and own learnings, own findings that they pass on to their future generations. And I was just in awe throughout the whole documentary. The decisions that she makes, the octopus, are so emotionally intelligent. The whole experience of watching this documentary for me was a spiritual experience to see their relationship and their bond grow. It's quite funny because it makes me think how the universe works. If this experience was not given to Craig Foster but someone else who probably was a diver but not a filmmaker, then that story probably would have died with them. But the universe chose a man with the camera because this tale is worth telling and it needed proof to believe. And now it will pass on through generations and generations, and we get to experience it. And he's a filmmaker and he does so much justice. The cinematography of this whole documentary is out of this world. Basically, what I'm saying is that it's a must watch. Like, go watch it right now, kind of must watch. Okay, before I go to my second recommendation, I think it's important to tell you how I've made this list. So I've made this list in a way that all 5 of them are very different from each other. They include things that are emotional and spiritual and like, what the hell, like how could this even happen, to like true crime. So the second one kind of falls in the what the hell just happened, like what the hell did I just see. It's called Fire, the greatest music festival that never happened. I watched this because Netflix recommended it to me in my suggestions, and straight up I was like, how the hell do full-grown adults pull off shit like this? So it's basically this entrepreneur, Billy McFarland, who teams up with Ja Rule, who's from the Hollywood entertainment industry, and they want to create an app to book talent. So like I could book Taylor Swift for my wedding. It becomes easier to kind of connect to the entertainment industry, which is a great idea. And to promote this app, which isn't even fully built yet, they want to throw a promotional party. And somehow this idea gets bigger and bigger, and they now want to throw a full-blown music festival as big as the Coachella, which is one of the world's biggest music festivals, if not bigger. So they're deciding the location. It's going to be in a Bahamian island that was previously owned by Pablo Escobar, who's a drug lord, and they promise extreme luxury and stuff like this. Now, if you're thinking, how did people believe it? They make a promotional video of what this party or music festival is going to look like so that people book their tickets. And you cannot blame common people for believing it, because it has legit big names, as big as Hailey Bieber, Bella Hadid, Emily, I can't tell her last name, but she's like a supermodel. And so all big names were involved, and everyone posted on like their social media, and it was buzzing, it was everywhere. This is around 2017. I don't know how I didn't read about it or whatever, but it was like a big huge thing. It was super believable, it was super legit, until it wasn't. This documentary does not add anything to your life, but I definitely think it's a must watch to see how such big names got conned and how delusional this man was to just not give up. He still threw the music festival. It was an absolute disaster. A lot of people lost money, a lot of people didn't get paid for the work that they did. Some went to like great lengths to make this work, but it didn't. But I still think it's a documentary to watch. It's a fun watch. It's hilarious when you're sitting on the comfort of your house and watching. If you were there for the festival, it's just a disaster. My next recommendation is Bad Sport, in particular the episode Gold War. Now, someone very rightly said that Netflix makes the smartest and most obvious strategic move possible by combining two of its favorite non-fiction things, true crime and sports, with Bad Sport. It is a 6-part docu-series about some of the craziest athletic scandals of the past few decades. I'm particularly suggesting Gold War episode because it was shocking how scandals and cheating in sports can happen even at the Olympic level. I love the storytelling in this. It's super gripping, and it made me fall absolutely in love with figure skating despite seeing it in such a negative context. But I love that you get to hear the stories from the Olympian winners themselves, because that way you kind of get to hear everyone's sides. You'll understand when you watch the show exactly what I'm talking about, but you get to hear everyone's side, and I love it when documentaries have real footage. And because this was at the Olympic level, there is so much real footage to enjoy. But it's really disheartening to see cheating in sports, because athletes dedicate their whole lives to the sport. Not just them, there's so much sacrifice from the coach, the athlete, the friends and family, the team who works with them. One thing this docuseries definitely brings out is that where there is a lot of money and stardom and fame, there will always be a risk of scandal, which is pretty disheartening, but I guess that's the truth. But it's a beautiful watch, from the footage to the figure skating itself to the investigative tone that the whole documentary takes. Highly recommend it. My next recommendation is Fantastic Fungi on Netflix. So my brother is obsessed with fungi. He'll keep sending me Instagram posts about it, reels about it, articles about it. Has pressured me to watch videos on fungi with him multiple times. And I don't think I ever truly sat down and read it with him or, gave it too much interest. But he recommended this show that now I am recommending to you because it's a brilliant watch, is about fungi. And what I love about watching documentaries that I know nothing about is that it gives me this new perspective, new lens, and it just gives my curiosity this whole new energy to explore more, to see what more do I not know and what more can I know. And this is one of those kind of watches. Fantastic Fungi has a very poetic narration, very descriptive journey into the powerful and magical and mysterious world of fungi and their power to heal, to sustain, and to contribute to the regeneration of Earth. Did you know that the fate of mankind depends on fungi? When someone dies, fungi are responsible for decomposing that matter, redistributing those nutrients back into the environment, and evening out the carbon. This 75-minute documentary holds so much information that it is at times dizzying, and I do know that I will watch it a couple of more times to just absorb the length of information thrown at you. But it is so important to watch something like this because fungi as a species play such an important role in how we live and how this earth functions. And as a future generation, it's not just about uh, awareness, it's also about going into a deeper level of knowledge on your ecosystem, your environment, what is important, and how you can help to further enhance that. And Fantastic Fungi has done a brilliant job through its time lapse storytelling and experts that they bring in, from everything to the psychedelic effects, to the medicinal effects, to the healing properties, and poisonous effects that it can have. As someone who doesn't eat mushrooms or any kind of fungi, because I'm not a fan of the texture, I thought it was interesting to see that something that I thought was that just played a role of not being a part of my diet actually contributes to the earth in so many ways. It's a beautiful must watch for sure. My next recommendation got me exercising. So if you're someone who's been looking for some real motivation, this is a must watch for you. It's a Netflix docuseries called Human: The World Within. It has 6 episodes. It has React, Pulse, Fuel, Sense, Birth, and another one. So basically, when they say pulse, they're talking about the heart. When they say fuel, they're talking about food, and so on. What makes it really powerful is that they talk about simple biology concepts, but through real life stories. And that's what really makes you relate and believe and connect. And I like that they keep the language super, super simple. It does not feel like I am listening to things that I do not know. It actually felt like a revision of my biology textbook from 8th through 11th or 12th grade. But they really nicely capture the power that you get when you truly understand what your body needs and the consequences if you're ignorant about your body. I definitely gained a sense of respect and gratitude for my body and this feeling of doing better to support this magical machine that lets me express love, go to my dream job, have magical experiences, and just so much more. I do truly think it is important to watch documentaries about the world within, life on Earth, other species, life underwater, the ecosystem that we live in, because you can't lead life thinking that you are the center of everything and the world ends with you. There's literally so much more happening. It gives you a sense of expansive feeling, but also makes you feel super grounded. I can't explain it, but watch these documentaries and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Documentaries always have this effect on me. They just make me feel so speechless. They always leave me speechless, I think. So yeah, that's my top 5 recommendations. Let me know if you watch them and if you have recommendations that I should try out. Let me know if you liked this video and you want me to do more like this. If you stayed with me till the end of the video, the highest in me recognizes the highest in you. Subscribe to this growing community, like the video if I didn't already say that, leave me cute kind comments, and I will see you again in my next video.